Hey guys, it's Tony here at Game Freak Blog again. Just bringing you another video. This is another video in the Game Freak Revisit series, but just like the last one, the Getaway video is tied in with the reader request one as well. And this one just comes from Tom, so hi Tom if you're watching. We've exchanged a few emails and chatted on Twitter and stuff, and he's suggested the travesty of a game that was Fight Club. I don't know what it is with all you guys sending me awful games into review. I think you're just kind of trying to pick on me a little bit. So Fight Club, it was released in 2004 by Vivendi Universal. It was released on the PS2 and the Xbox. This is the Xbox version that I'm playing here because for all you PlayStation whingers out there, it's the only version of the game I've got. I'm not just going to go and buy it on the PlayStation just so you can stop calling me a fanboy. So the game, as you can see, it's your textbook fighting game. Basically, you've got arcade mode, versus mode, story mode, survival mode, training, and the online. I don't even know why this bit's shooting into the online thing. The online thing was actually quite interesting. It was one of the more interesting things about this pitiful excuse for a game. The online mode, you could essentially create your own kind of character. As you can see, they had you different things like martial artist, grappler, wrestler. You create your character, take the character online, and you do your typical online fighting. But any injuries that you kind of received in the game kind of carried on throughout your career, and there was a danger that if you didn't, if you kind of got injured within the game, if you didn't tap out really quickly, you would actually lose your character. Your character would be permanently retired from the game, which I thought was like a really, really good touch. But the game itself, as a kind of commentary on getting rid of capitalism and money and all this kind of thing, it's kind of funny that they kind of chose to make a game about it all, really. I'm a massive fan. I've read the book as soon as when it was very first released, saw the film afterwards. It's one of my top 10 films of all time, loved it. I was really excited about this game just from the previews. As you can see from the videos here, it looks kind of nice, apart from that guy's fucking face. And I was quite excited about the game, but the game just turned out to be a turd of the highest magnitude. So let's just have a quick look. It's a kind of real conflicting game for me. This is because I think that the graphics. Considering it's several years old now, and it was on the just the original Xbox and the PS2. The graphics are actually kind of good. Like, you may disagree with me. I'm not talking about essentially the character models here, even though they're kind of okay. Looks-wise, just bear with me on this, okay, the looks-wise. But, if you were to take a screenshot of any of the levels or anything like this, you'd think it was a pretty good-looking game. This level here, which I believe is the basement of Lou's Diner, where they run the Fight Club in the film, it's quite accurately modelled. I must have seen the film over 100 times, and it pretty much does look like this in the film. And some of the other things, such as the house on Paper Street and the airport and the car park, the actual modelling of the arenas and everything is quite well done. The characters as well, they from looking here, if you were to take just a snapshot, they look well done, but they control like shit. Basically, you've got a kind of a standard punch, and then your heavier punch, standard kick, heavier kick. You've got a block, you've got a taunt. Hit like both your medium attacks and both your heavy attacks at the same time, and you'll do a throw. Wolverine's dad there. You'll do a throw, and it's it doesn't really change throughout the characters. It's not like everyone's got preset moves. Just the grappler is the grappler, the martial artist is the martial artist, and so on and so forth. So the moves, the taunts, when you defeat the characters at the end, you'll see it's just the same moves again and again and again, and it's like, I don't know if they just got the license and they just thought, we can make a Fight Club game, yeah, brilliant, and then they just left the rest of the game out of it. For fuck's sake, if you're going to be making a fighting game, you're going to look at Tekken, you're going to look at Virtua Fighter, you're going to look at Soul Calibur, you're going to look at all of the games that have done it so well and rip them off. That's all they do. They just basically riff off each other. So just rip the fucking things off. It's got it's kind of brutally violent. You've probably seen the moves when you're beating the characters you can see here with Wolverine's dad that we're beating up. His energy bar's going down. It will start to get down into the yellow thing, which is slightly more critical. And when it gets to a point where a little kind of flashing sign comes up with a exclamation mark in it, that's when you can kind of pull off almost like the finishing moves. So, you know, you'll pick them up and do a suplex with them, or you'll twist their arm, or you'll kick them in their knee, and it goes to like an X-ray vision style. You see the knee shattering, the bones breaking, all this kind of thing. Really well done, you know, kind of ahead of its time, really, because the new Mortal Kombat game has just been ripping that off. But it's just they had all these ideas and just put it into a shit game. I mean, if the fighting engine was ever so slightly better, you know, it'd be fantastic. It would have been a kind of good... If the good game was there, it doesn't really matter too much about the license. What the fuck is up with that guy's face? Jesus Christ. Some of it has got some... there's Bellatrix Lestrange there.
Then give him this message for me. Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you.
And fuck you too, pretty boy.
Pretty boy.
What are you looking at? I'm looking for Tyler.
I'm looking at the way your hair molds out of your forehead.
We're not taking applications from losers.
Wow.
Beat it.
That is some bad character modeling. And again, look, I'm sorry, I don't buy... Sorry, I've just...
I'm Bob.
Hi.
Barb head bitch tits.
It's testicular cancer.
Cancer gives you
Jesus Christ.
The drugs did. So, you're looking for Tyler. He's got...
Oh, sorry. It's like a car crash scene. But you know, I don't take. When I was playing through this, the video playthrough, a friend of mine popped round, and he was looking at the game, and we were just talking about it, just, you know, how it looks, how it plays, all this kind of thing. And I was making the point that the faces are absolutely awful, and he was kind of saying, well, it's only on the original Xbox. It's like, I'm sorry, I don't take that excuse at all. You look back to loads of games on the original Xbox, such as Dead or Alive 3, or just whatever you want, and the faces are, I mean, it's almost like a different generation than what they are with this game. Just really, and I mean, I know it's a game about violence, you know, they're trying to show it off and being, oh, Bob, don't do that. No, get off me. They're trying to show a game about violence, you know, you're going to see blood, you're going to see bad accident, bones snapping and all this kind of thing. But what the fuck was Bob doing there? So I'm getting distracted from the point that I'm trying to say, but the way that they just kind of like oversaturate, you do a couple of punches or a hit, stop tapping out! And you do a few punches, you do a few kicks, and the blood gets just chucked all over the screen, and it's running down, and it's like, yeah, all right, it may be cool when you do a special move. It may be all right when you do something spectacular in the game. But just doing it all of the time, it's just overused. It's kind of like it when Fight Night first came out on the consoles, like on the Xbox. And there was that kind of like, you know, replay super thing when you did a big punch and it all went into Matrix kind of vision where it all went slow and you can see the faces rippling. You know, to see it every so often isn't okay, but every single fight that you do it just gets overused. It just gets boring real quickly. So again, the story as well as this is I don't want to say lazy. I mean, I don't even know what else they could have really done with the story. You know, essentially you play as a guy who, just as in the film and in the book, you don't really know his name. Edward Norton's character got dubbed with this name of Jack, which kind of like stuck, whereas Jack was just the name of the you know, the organs and stuff in the National Geographic, I think it was, that he was kind of reading. So you're essentially just playing as this guy, split up with his girlfriend. You've come to try and find your path in life, which means you've got to go from bar to bar, town to town, indulging in fights. And I don't know. Like was said, I don't know what else they could have done with it. Basically, you know, I haven't really got too much of a problem with that. But it's just the way that they shoehorn the characters of the film into it, just to have some kind of continuity. You know, why they couldn't give... I mean, I'm all right with Wolverine's dad. He's the guy that runs the bar. He looks after it all. But, you know, they've got the... If you remember from the film, the little Chinese kid, Raymond, where he's working at the shop and he holds the gun to his head and, you know, tells them... nicks his driver's license and tells him if he's not on the way to becoming a vet within 6 months, he's going to come back and kill him. There's the ending move there. And they've shoehorned him in the game now, and now he's some kind of martial arts master. And, okay, yeah... maybe he would have kind of like gone, okay, I'm going to change my life, and he might have found out this fight club thing and become an expert martial artist. But I severely fucking doubt it, because he was a complete and utter pussy in the film. And you can argue that the film was all about men reclaiming back the masculinity, and you know, it's a generation of men that are being brought up by women. But within the context of the game, get some new fucking characters in there. You haven't got to just retread and give us the film over and over again. It's fucking cheap, it's poor, it just doesn't translate really well, and I don't like it.
There's 6 vans over there for Project
And I'll breathe now, sorry. Let's just have a listen to a bit of dialogue.
Fight